Thank you for joining us this evening for our introduction of our newest partner, XOOM Energy. My name is Eddie Alberty, and I'm the Vice President of Strategic Partnerships at Shop.com and Market America. And I'm super excited about tonight's webinar because it is a category that we've tried for a long time to find the right strategic partner that could meet our needs. Quite simply, that we could get some sort of revenue share to be able to pass back to the field. As an unfranchised owner myself, I know what moves the needle and gives us the incentive to do things. So energy is a commodity that we all use. So why not earn IBV on it? And why not offer your customers the ability to earn cash back on a utility bill that they pay each and every month? So offering energy can be a powerful recruiting tool because almost everyone uses energy, making them a potential customer. Tonight we have Vince Nicolette, and I pronounced that wrong, I believe, from XOOM Energy to give us an overview of the program. And at the end, we'll open it up for question and answer. So if you don't get an answer in the chat, we'll go back and see if there's a common theme or some questions and we can answer with about 10 minutes left. So we'll go through this pretty fast, and I'll turn it over to Vince. Vince, thank you again tonight.
Thank you, Eddie. I'm going to go ahead and try to share my screen here and hopefully not have any issues. Let's see here.
We got some good attendees: Mexico, Colorado, Stratford, Connecticut, Delaware. This is great. Looks like you're starting to share your screen now, Vince. Yep. Now just put it in presentation mode and we'll go.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Moving on me.
There you go.
All right. Hopefully everyone can see the screen there.
We can.
So yes, thank you, Eddie. It's a pleasure to be here. And hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first XOOM Energy webinar. Hopefully we're all staying safe. You had mentioned about the pandemic here. It is a year I'm pretty sure that none of us will ever forget, right? So anyway, so tonight I'll give you guys what I call a XOOM Energy 101, a 10,000 foot overview of XOOM Energy, and hopefully it will give you a better understanding of who we are and how it can help your business. I'll try to provide you with information you need in order for XOOM Energy, for you to provide XOOM Energy to your friends and family, and later answer any questions as Eddie had mentioned earlier. So let's go ahead and meet XOOM. XOOM Energy opened their doors for business in 2011. And since then, XOOM is now in every deregulated state in the US. In just 9 short years, here's a few things of many that we've achieved. First, in 2015, we made the Inc. 500 list of America's fastest growing privately held companies. We were 13 overall and #1 fastest growing private energy retailer. In 2016 and 2018, we were recognized as the Retail Energy Provider of the Year. This one I'm extremely proud of. We have and maintain a A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So if someone asks you, is XOOM Energy a reputable company? That speaks for itself right there. Lastly, we have the largest consumer footprint of any energy retailer in the US. So if you're wondering how big is the energy sector, well, it's a $500 billion a year industry. Yes, I said billion. We're in over 90 deregulated markets in the US, giving you over 80 million potential customers. As you can see on the map, we offer electricity in some areas, gas in others, and both in many states. And if you know people in those states and want to know if XOOM can service them, simply go to the XOOM Energy landing page through shop.com and enter their zip code. And if we do, the utility will show up. If not, you'll get a message saying we don't service that area. It's that simple. So who can Zoom Energy service? Right now, we can service residential customers, small business customers, and soon we'll be able to even service larger businesses. At the present time, we are only able to service businesses up to a certain usage capacity. And that should be coming, as I told Eddie, probably the beginning of next year. So out of the 80 million plus potential customers out there, how many can be your customer? Well, that's pretty easy, all of them. Everyone needs electricity and natural gas service. It's a service that your potential customers already use today. When they enroll with Zoom, there's no equipment to buy or install. And in most markets, your customers will continue to receive their bill by their local utility. There is never any interruption of service, and it's a seamless switch. So it's very important to understand the difference between a regulated market and a deregulated market. In a regulated market, customers don't have a choice. They can only purchase their natural gas and electricity through the local utility. In deregulated markets, energy retailers like Zoom Energy are open to competition, offering customers more options for controlling their energy costs, which I think is very important. Choices to customers is important. If you want to go ahead and buy a loaf of bread, you want to have multiple bakeries out there, not just one. So why should someone want to switch to Zoom Energy? There are a few things to keep in mind when you're introducing us to your friends and family. Number one, Zoom Energy is an extension of your business. As you refer more customers to Zoom, you grow your business as a UFO. Zoom Energy provides a variety of plans that most utilities do not. The key for you is to determine what is important to your customer. Zoom Energy also offers customers lots of pluses, like Zoom Extras. It's a loyalty program that's available to all customers. They earn points every month as they pay their bill that they can redeem for in over 500,000 places. We also offer auto bill pay and also budget billing. And if someone wants to know what budget billing is, that's when you can go ahead and lock in a certain amount based on your historical usage and pay that over the period of time. And then after either 6 months or 12 months, you do a true up. So this one is kind of important here. It's the Zoom Energy training. Every UFO must complete the training and accreditation process in order to refer customers to Zoom Energy. It's actually mandatory. So please take a few minutes to complete it. It takes roughly around 15 minutes. There you'll learn everything you need to know about Zoom Energy, deregulation, and the do's and don'ts of the industry. So in the next slide, it's about the compensation that's offered by shops. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Eddie, that he can actually speak to this one a lot better than I can. And then I'll come back and go over the enrollment process with you guys. There you go, Eddie.
Yep. Yep, the next slide. Okay, great. So when you're on shop.com, your own portal, or on a franchise, you just want to search Zoom. We tried to make it as easy as possible. And on shop, it's got a really nice landing page that has all the benefits from a high level and explain the program. So that's the best place to get your customers to. It's better than trying to explain it yourself, because we're not, experts in the field, and you don't want to say the wrong thing, if you will. So I think getting them to the landing page is really the best. As Vince mentioned, the accreditation after you've had one sale for yourself, et cetera, you want to sell to customers and make it available to them. You want to make sure you do the accreditation, and you'll learn a lot during that as well. It's like Vince said, it's about 15 minutes. But so both on shop and on unfranchise, search Zoom, and all the information's there. And I encourage you to go there. And we really spent a lot of time to make the landing page very efficient and informative. And more importantly than all of that is that you can earn 6% IBV each and every month that you pay that bill. Likewise, your customers will earn cash back each and every month that they pay that bill. So as you are so familiar with residual and earning, on a regular basis, it's really great because you sell a customer energy, they're probably not going to switch. You might be a customer for life. And I'm sure Vince will touch on that, but this is how you get there. 6% IBV recurring monthly. I think it's a great opportunity. All right, Vince, back to you.
Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, you mentioned that life, a customer for life, and yes, right now, once a customer enrolls with XOOM Energy, they don't have to come back the following month and re-enroll again. When they sign up on a certain plan, we actually reach out to them after their plan or contract is over, and we actually renew the customer. So the UFOs never actually have to touch that customer again. And the accreditation process, which you also brought up, and I did not mention that, a UFO can actually enroll a electric and gas customer without taking the accreditation process. But if they're going to go ahead and refer more customers, they have to go in and take that accreditation, or it will lock them out. So very important. Thank you, Eddie. All right. So when a customer is reviewing XOOM Energy's prices and plans, it's important that you have a basic understanding of what is being offered so you can answer their questions. Take, for example, in Illinois, when they enter their zip code, excuse me, when they enter their zip code, they'll get forwarded to this screen, which gives them the option to choose from electricity or gas and which utility. Once the customer decides on a plan, they'll start the simple enrollment process. Before they start, make sure they have their bill to ensure they are entering the correct information. Very important that they know their account numbers prior to enrolling with XOOM. Also know that some customers will be subject to an identity verification, and in few markets, a credit check is required. Additionally, customers must complete their own enrollment. UFO should never enroll for the customer. That's prohibited. So once an enrollment has been submitted, the customer will be assigned a confirmation number and then receive a confirmation email which outlines the terms of their selection. Depending on a market, it could take anywhere from 1 to 45 days for the customer service to begin with XOOM Energy. Once the utility accepts the switch, they'll receive a welcome email from XOOM Energy letting them know when their service is scheduled to begin with XOOM. So what happens when they switch? Well, not much happens except that they had an option to choose their plan. They can always contact XOOM Energy customer service for any questions they may have. And in most markets, the utility will continue to bill the customer and just add the XOOM commodity charges on the bill. In Texas and in Georgia, XOOM sends the bill out and adds the utility charges on the bill. And in California, Southern California Gas and San Diego Gas, the customer will get two bills, one from XOOM with the commodity charges and one from the utility with the delivery charges. Those are the only two markets that they'll get two bills on. So let's go over the plan options that are available to the customers. First, they have fixed rate plans. These are perfect for the individual who is budget conscious and wants price certainty. It also protects the customers from high commodity demands that could increase the price. Variable rate plans are month-to-month plans, which means the price may change monthly based on market demand. Understand that Energy is a commodity that's bought and sold on the open market. These plans are great for a customer who doesn't want to be tied to a contract and can cancel at any time without a penalty. We also have renewable plans. These are available to residential and commercial customers on both electric and gas. So if you know your customer is environmentally conscious, these plans are perfect for them. And we also have charitable plans. Zoom has partnered with PetSmart Charities and now has a plan available to pet owners and lovers. So when a customer chooses the Rescue Lock plan, Zoom will donate 5% of the commodity charges to PetSmart Charities. So finally, through the end of December this year, Zoom is giving a e-gift card to every customer who enrolls. Electric customers who enroll will receive a $100 e-gift card after 2 months of service and a $50 e-gift card for a gas enrollment after 2 months of service. That means they get up to $150 for a household. And that there completes my little overview there, Eddie. And if there's any questions, Jackie and I are here.
We do have a few, I noticed. The first one was, when are you going to add Colorado to the list of states that get to enjoy this program? My answer was, great question. Let's ask at the end. So I know that's a tough one probably because, each area probably has their different process and timeline, but I'll let you guys answer it as best you can.
Not a problem. As a matter of fact, it's not up to us on when the states deregulate. It's up to the actual individual states. It's voted on by the legislation, and it actually gets put on a ballot for all the residents of that state and community and utility to vote on. If it was up to Zoom, we would be in every single state and in every market. Sure. Unfortunately, it's not up to us.
Right. And other countries may come at a later time too, right? I mean, just as it can.
Yep. Matter of fact, we are working on a few things right now, and hopefully we can have on a nice announcement on your next event there.
That's great. The next question, and feel free, anyone that's on the webinar, if you have a question, please put it in the Q&A or even in the chat, either one. Here's one. Is the 6% IBV monthly, whether they get a contract for a certain amount of time, or does it apply to the month plans? I took the liberty of answering this one. I hope I'm correct in saying it would apply to the month to month. It applies, the 6% IBV applies to any and all plans that you sign up for.
Yeah, that one is not me there, Eddie. That's you guys there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Can a customer change their supplier if they owe a balance on their bill?
Yes and no. When I mentioned earlier that there's a credit check in some markets, the reason there's a credit check is because we take on the risk of the customers paying. Those customers can actually switch over, but if they're late on their bills, most likely they'll have to pay a fee up front. And in some markets where we don't do a credit check, if they're late on their bills, the utility won't even switch them over. So it's either paying a deposit in markets where we do a credit check, or if they're delinquent on their bills in the other utilities where we don't do credit checks, they won't allow them to switch.
Okay, great. Thank you. Here's a couple more in. Hold on. Is Zoom Extra something that someone has to enroll in actively and separately, or is that enrollment automatic when they sign up with the utility service?
It's actually something that they would have to enroll on once they become a customer. Uh, as a matter of fact, they will get an email advising them to go ahead and enroll in Zoom Extras. And after that, it's up to them to go ahead and redeem those points. But they will,
Great.
they don't automatically get enrolled in the Zoom Extras. They would have to do it themselves.
Great. This one may have also been answered. I'm not sure, but it says, for ones who aren't tech savvy, can a customer enroll over the phone?
Unfortunately, not right now. We don't have that capabilities where a customer can enroll over the phone. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, the enrollment process, Eddie, is so simple. It literally takes approximately 3 minutes to enroll. It's just basic information that they enter. And as long as they have a copy of their bill right in front of them,
Great.
they'll just fly right through it.
Yeah, and we have that come up occasionally as well, and it's a little challenging for us to properly track that sale or that purchase was attributed to a particular UFO. So it is best to go through the website, your own your own portal, the landing page, linking over to Zoom Energy. It'll capture all the information that we need to properly award the IBV on a monthly basis. Here's another one. Is the Simple Clean plan a month-to-month, and can it be canceled anytime?
Yes, it is. The Simple Clean is a month-to-month plan and can be canceled at any time without penalty or any early termination fees. Actually, any month-to-month plan that a customer enrolls, there's no early termination fee. Now, understand this, when a customer cancels, it could take 1 to 2 billing cycles for them to go back to the utility or to another provider. And the reason it can take 1 to 2 billing cycles is most utilities take back customers when their billing period ends, meaning that your billing cycle is, say, from the 1st to the 30th. So if you went ahead and canceled, say, around the 20th of the month, you're not going to switch over on the 30th. You're going to switch over the following month, 30th. So it's got to be, I believe, within 15 or 16 days before the end of your billing period cycle in order to switch over on the first billing cycle.
Okay, great. Here's another one. Would the charitable plans ever be available for other charities or schools to benefit by the 5%?
Great question, and that is something that our charitable teams are constantly working on right now and looking for other charitable institutions for us to go ahead and partner with.
That's great.
But yes, we are.
Now, here's one that may require a little bit of explanation and for everyone is that here's a question. Small business customers, gas billing. I want to chat with restaurants in my area. What volume can we handle in gas usage in California?
Well, put it this way. Right now, if they're doing approximately up to $20,000 of commodity charges only a year, we'll be able to handle them. Anything above that, I would say kind of wait until probably the beginning of the first quarter next year, once we go ahead and introduce the big business program.
Great.
So $20,000 a year.
Okay. Good. That would cover most of the small businesses that I know, at least here in North Carolina. Unfortunately, we're in a it's not deregulated yet, but I'm fingers crossed that it'll happen soon, or one day soon, because it's definitely something that I would do. I mean, to me, it's, energy is a commodity, as I said at the beginning, and price does fluctuate. And Zoom, that's what their specialty is buying that energy at the right time and trying to get the best price. And so it can fluctuate. Today's price may not be the price tomorrow. But I like having the opportunity to be able to shop, if you will, providers and get the best deal and the best plan that for me. And just gravy on the plate is now I'm earning 6% IBV. So, it doesn't get any better than that per se, you know. So we've got ourselves a really good partner. We're looking forward to getting some people to switch over and get their testimonials. We've already had a considerable amount of orders, and we've just started to promote it. You know, we did announce it at the event. Mark Ashley did from stage, but you know, we're really now just starting to market to the right people, and that's why this webinar is important. And we'll be doing more of these. I mean, I think it's important to ask questions, you know, get a little deeper into it than you do from a high level at the conference. Get your questions answered, understand it. That way you can introduce it to your customers.
Well, hopefully we get a vaccine in place and we can start having these events the way we all know about the events, right? Where we can actually be there, have a booth set up so the UFOs can actually come there, talk to us with all, you know, have their questions in hand, and we can answer all those questions. But to kind of feed on what you said earlier there, Eddie, you know, one thing that I love is I love knowing what I'm paying, right?
Yeah.
So being that energy is a commodity and price fluctuates every day. I mean, if you're watching the stock market, you know, things are just constantly going up and down, right? So I know back some years ago, we had a polar vortex and energy prices just skyrocketed, right? They went 400, 500% up. So if you were on a fixed plan and you're paying, you know, 10 cents a kilowatt hour, let's say, or 5 cents a kilowatt hour, that's not going to change because we had already bought that energy for you. That's my preference. And again, there's individuals out there who hate being in a contract and are risk takers. I call those month-to-month customers. We have a plan for them as well. So
Great. And we will make this presentation available. We've had a couple comments where it was moving a little fast. They'd like to see the slides. Also the audible, you know, having a little trouble. You know, they really need to be able to see the slides. So we'll make that available. I'll reach out to Carolyn to you directly. Well, here's another question. How do people really benefit from Zoom if still getting gas or electricity from current companies? Is it only cashback? So cashback and IBV are the incentives. Keep in mind, IBV is going to be recurring. Well, cashback is this too, but for you as a UFO, the IBV is going to be recurring. Anyone that's in your organization that's switched over and using Zoom, that's going to flow upwards, and you're going to also be, you know, getting credit for it. The other advantage, and Vince touched on it, and I've touched on it a little bit, is it's a very good chance that you can get a better deal or a better plan. And it gives you the opportunity to kind of shop what those look like. But price does fluctuate daily. So, you know, you can't guarantee that you're going to get the lowest price because we don't know when you're going to try to get the energy, et cetera. Let's see. Okay. I think that's it. Let me see here. I don't believe I've seen any others. Oh, here's one. Are there electricity plans for demand meters? Not sure what that is.
demand meters. Yeah, that's yes. In Texas, we do.
Okay. And here's one from someone going through the enrollment for Simple Clean 24 in New York City. And it says there's a cost recovery fee of $100 if canceled earlier than 24 months. Is there a different environmentally friendly rate available? That may be one you guys need to look into, but feel free to answer if you can. But if not, we can get back to you, Michelle, on that as well.
Yeah, I would have to look that up right now, Eddie. And I can go ahead.
We'll reach out to you directly and get you the right information there. Anybody else?
Yeah, and let me apologize if I was moving too fast there, Eddie. One thing I try to do is keep it right around 15 minutes, so that way we can go ahead and allow the UFOs to ask questions. And my
You
apologies on
were
that.
great. You were great. It's no problem. And again, we're going to do these again, and we'll make the presentation available so that if there was any challenges there, we'll make sure we address them. And some people, the accessibility, we need to make sure that not everyone is able to hear, et cetera, the audio. So does your company include New York City?
Yes, it does. Con Ed covers New York City. I believe Long Island natural gas we do not, but electricity we do.
Great.
One thing that we've had some success in, which we've had that in a lot of areas, but one thing that started happening back about 5 years ago is we started getting property management companies coming in, right? That actually manage apartment buildings that they rent out with the utility charges already included in their rent. So these property management companies were coming in and going ahead and earning as they're actually paying their bills. So that's something that, if some UFOs out there know some property management companies, we can entertain that as well.
Okay. I think that'll wrap it up for this evening. Again, I just want to say thank you all for joining. I know that taking time out in the evening sometimes is not always easy, but it's an investment in your business. And I appreciate the opportunity to share with you guys. Look forward to seeing you all, hopefully at a in-person event in Las Vegas in March, although I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But love to see you guys, even the names and the questions coming in. It's great. Love to interact, and real excited about this program. Again, I think it's something we've tried to do for a long time, and now we have the availability for it. So hopefully many of you try it, and many of you also know customers. The thing too, let me also just end with saying this is, even though I'm in North Carolina and it's not available to me personally, I have family members, I have friends, I have preferred customers that are throughout the whole country. So even if it's not available to me right now, I know someone that is a potential customer because they're buying energy today. So why not earn on it? Why not them earn cash back, and why not me earn IBV? So thank you all for a wonderful evening. I appreciate it. We'll make this available. And again, thanks for your time.